2026 Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport is finally here, and it's ready to make European supercars sweat. This isn't just another mid-cycle update. This is Chevy reminding the world that America still builds pure-blooded performance machines that can crush anything twice their price. The moment you first lay eyes on the 2026 Grand Sport, you can tell it means business. Chevrolet has taken the already aggressive C8 platform and injected it with steroids. The stance is wider, the lines are sharper, and the aerodynamic detailing is far more purposeful. It's a car that looks like it's slicing through air even when standing still. The front fascia now gets a reworked grille pattern with active aero flaps that adjust depending on speed and cooling needs. The headlights are slimmer with a meaner LED signature that looks like it's glaring at anything daring to challenge it on the road. The hood design features deep sculpted channels that guide air straight into the intake system and over the fenders. The side profile screams motion, with new carbon fiber intakes feeding the mid-mounted engine more efficiently. The rear end has been completely reimagined. A larger diffuser, a more dramatic quad exhaust setup, and a subtle yet functional active spoiler that rises automatically at high speeds to add stability. Everything here serves a purpose. Nothing is just for show. You can't talk about the Grand Sport without mentioning its heart. A naturally aspirated 6.2-liter LT2 V8 engine, paired with a dual-clutch transmission that snaps through gears faster than a blink. But this year, Chevy went a step further. They tuned it to deliver more than 525 horsepower and 490 lb-ft of torque, with revised intake manifolds and lightweight pistons for better rev response. 0 to 60? Try just 3.2 seconds. And with the optional performance package, you can shave off a couple of tenths. It's not quite 0.6 territory, but it's dangerously close. And it's far more accessible for the everyday driver, Chevrolet. Engineers worked magic balancing the Grand Sport. Between the standard Stingray and the wild Z06, it's a perfect middle ground. A track-capable beast that's still comfortable enough for a cross-country drive. The steering feedback is sharper, the suspension gets a revised version of Magnetic Ride Control 4.0, and the grip from the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires is so intense that it feels like the car reads your mind before every corner. This car is alive. It talks to you through every vibration, every sound, and every corner it takes. Slide inside, and the Corvette Grand Sport feels more like a fighter jet than a car. Chevrolet didn't just make it fast, they made it feel exotic. The cabin wraps around the driver with a perfect mix of premium materials and purposeful design. Carbon fiber trims now flow across the dashboard, Alcantara covers the steering wheel and door panels, and every button, toggle, and control feels solid and high-end. The digital instrument cluster is fully reconfigurable, and the central infotainment system now features an updated 11-inch display with the latest Chevrolet Performance OS. Faster, cleaner, and smarter. One of the best touches is the seating. The new Grand Sport offers 2-seat options. GT2 seats for daily comfort and competition sport seats for those who plan to hit the racetrack. Both options are supportive, but the latter hugs you so tight you feel like you're wearing the car. The visibility is surprisingly good for a mid-engine layout, and sound insulation has been improved. Though, let's be honest, no one buys a Corvette to keep things quiet. The sound of that V8 behind your head is symphonic, raw, metallic, and addictive. Chevy has tuned the exhaust to give a deeper growl in the lower revs and an exhilarating scream as you near the red line. There's no artificial sound pumping here. It's all real, all mechanical, all American. You feel every explosion, every pulse, every heartbeat of that engine right through your spine. When it comes to technology, the Grand Sport brings modern sophistication to its muscle. You get wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a 14-speaker Bose performance audio system, a head-up display, and an advanced performance data recorder that captures your lap times, throttle inputs, and even video footage of your runs. It's part supercar, part race engineer in your glove box. And then there's the performance mode selector, allowing you to switch from tour to sport to track mode in seconds. Each mode changes the suspension stiffness, steering weight, throttle response, and even the exhaust volume. In tour mode, it's surprisingly civilized, smooth enough for long drives. But switch to track, and the car transforms into a corner-hunting monster with razor-sharp reflexes. The rear-wheel drive balance gives it that old-school muscle feel. But the mid-engine layout brings finesse and precision that older generations could only dream of. Chevrolet's design team also focused on weight reduction this time. The use of carbon fiber and aluminum has gone up, cutting around 80 pounds compared to the 2024 version. That might not sound like much, but in a performance car, every gram counts. And with improved aerodynamics, the Grand Sport now produces more downforce at high speeds, keeping it glued to the tarmac during aggressive maneuvers. Fuel economy might not be your top concern when you buy something like this, but the new cylinder deactivation system helps keep things efficient, shutting down half the cylinders during light cruising to give you decent mileage for such a powerful machine. It's the kind of car you can daily drive without feeling like you're wasting potential, but also one that's ready to tear up a racetrack the moment you ask. Now, let's talk money, because here's where things get interesting. The 2026 Corvette Grand Sport starts around $85,000, placing it right between the Stingray and Z06. But when you consider what you're getting, the design, the performance, the technology, it's an absolute steal compared to its European rivals. Cars like the Porsche 911 Carrera, the Audi R8, and even the McLaren Artura can't match the Corvette's blend of performance and affordability. Chevy is giving you supercar-level thrills for the price of a luxury sedan. And the best part? It doesn't just perform, it makes you feel something. Every time you fire up that engine, every time you drop a gear, every time that rear end dances through a corner, you remember what driving used to feel like. The Grand Sport isn't just about numbers. It's about emotion. It's about the connection between man and machine that modern cars are slowly losing. Chevrolet has done something special here. They've built a car that honors the Corvette's racing heritage, pushes boundaries of engineering, and still stays true to its soul. The 2026 Grand Sport isn't trying to be a European copycat. It's unapologetically American, powerful, loud, and full of attitude. So if you've ever dreamed of owning a car that can hit the racetrack on Sunday, cruise downtown on Monday, and turn heads every single day in between, this is it. The 2026 Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport is the sweet spot of performance, precision, and passion. And trust me, when you see one in person, you'll understand why the world still looks to the Corvette as the true symbol of American speed. This is Auto Rush Pro, and that was your exclusive first look at the 2026 Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport. The 2026 Dodge Charger Hellcat HEMI has landed, and it's not here to make friends. It's here to remind the automotive world that raw American muscle isn't dead. It's angrier, louder, and faster than ever. While everyone else is chasing electric dreams and silent acceleration, Dodge just dropped something that sounds like thunder, smells like gasoline, and moves like a missile on four wheels. Let's dive into this absolute beast, the 2026 Dodge Charger Hellcat HEMI, because this, right here, is the rebirth of true performance insanity. The first thing that hits you is the exterior. One look, and you instantly know it's not some soft crossover pretending to be sporty. This is pure muscle DNA sculpted in metal. Dodge went all out with a design that's both futuristic and brutally aggressive. The front fascia looks like it's ready to inhale the road. A wider grille with an enlarged Hellcat badge sits dead center, surrounded by new adaptive LED headlights that pierce through the dark like predator eyes. The hood has been completely reworked with a larger central scoop and twin heat extractors, feeding that monstrous Hemi with more air while keeping the engine cool when the supercharger screams at full throttle. From the side, the Charger has a wider stance than ever before, with muscular fender flares and sharp creases that catch the light perfectly. The body sits lower to the ground, hugging the asphalt thanks to a redesigned suspension geometry and 21-inch forged alloy wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 performance tires. The rear tells its own story. A new LED light bar runs across the tail with a bold Dodge script in the middle, while a carbon fiber rear diffuser and quad exhaust outlets complete the look. You don't just see this car, you feel it. Even parked, it looks like it's moving. Now step inside, and the story only gets more intense. The 2026 Charger Hellcat HEMI's interior is a masterclass in blending luxury and intimidation. Dodge didn't just upgrade materials, they redefined the cabin. You're greeted by Alcantara and Napa leather wrapping every surface, contrasted with red stitching and carbon fiber inserts that remind you this isn't just about comfort, it's about control. The new flat-bottom steering wheel features illuminated Hellcat insignia, metal paddle shifters, and a tactile feel that screams performance. Right in front, you've got a massive 14.5-inch curved digital instrument cluster, fully customizable with real-time performance stats. Boost pressure, oil temps, G-forces, launch control status, everything. And beside it, a 13-inch infotainment touchscreen powered by Dodge's Uconnect 6 system with full wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The graphics are sharper, the response is instant, and the system even includes a track mode that transforms the interface into a race-inspired layout showing horsepower output and transmission temperature in real time. The seats are bolstered perfectly. They hold you tight when you floor it, but stay comfortable enough for long drives. Ambient lighting glows through the cabin with customizable colors, and even the sound insulation has been upgraded. But let's be honest, you won't need insulation when you've got that supercharged V8 roaring under the hood. The interior experience is immersive. Every switch, every control, every sound feels crafted to remind you that you're sitting inside something alive. And now, the heart of the monster, performance. This is where Dodge throws subtlety straight out the window. The 2026 Charger Hellcat HEMI packs a 6.2-liter supercharged HEMI V8 engine tuned to deliver an eye-watering 807 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque. Yes, you heard that right. Over 800 horses sent to the rear wheels through an updated 8-speed Torque-a-Flight automatic transmission that shifts quicker and hits harder than ever. To 60? Just 3.3 seconds. Quarter mile? You're looking at mid-10s on street tires. Top speed? North of 200 miles per hour. But the raw numbers only tell half the story. It's the way this car delivers that power that makes it special. Instant, violent, and absolutely addictive. The supercharger whine builds like a jet engine while the exhaust crackles on deceleration, and when you floor it, the Charger doesn't just accelerate, it attacks the horizon. Dodge also gave the 2026 model major handling upgrades. A new adaptive Bilstein suspension with multiple drive modes, street, sport, track, and drag, lets you tailor the ride to any mood. The electronic limited slip differential has been recalibrated for sharper cornering, and massive Brembo brakes with 6-piston front calipers provide incredible stopping power. Even the steering has been fine-tuned to give better feedback and weight at high speeds. This isn't just a straight-line car anymore. It's a corner-carving muscle missile. But here's the shocker. Dodge also introduced a mild hybrid assist system called eTorque Plus that adds instant low-end torque and smooths power delivery. Don't worry, it's not turning electric. It's just making the beast even more efficient and responsive. Combined with the improved aerodynamics, the 2026 Hellcat manages slightly better fuel economy while still retaining that unapologetic roar of the combustion era. When you're behind the wheel, it's an experience that borders on insanity. The exhaust note alone could wake an entire neighborhood, and that's before you even hit the throttle. Launch control and line lock features are now smarter, helping you pull off perfect drag strip runs every single time. You also get an updated performance recorder system that logs your 0 to 60 times, lap data, and even records video footage of your runs using onboard cameras. Dodge hasn't forgotten safety either. The new Charger Hellcat HEMI includes adaptive cruise control, blind spot detection, lane keep assist, and forward collision warning. Though let's be honest, if you're driving this thing like it's meant to be driven, you'll be relying more on your instincts than sensors. And while everyone else is switching to electric, Dodge knows there's still a place for emotion. The Charger Hellcat HEMI represents that last chapter of pure combustion dominance. A car built not to please regulations, but to ignite passion. Every press of the accelerator feels like a rebellion, every gear shift like a statement. It's not politically correct, it's mechanically perfect. Now let's talk about price. The 2026 Dodge Charger Hellcat HEMI starts at around $93,000, but depending on options like carbon fiber interior trim, racing seats, or the wide-body package, that number can easily climb past $110,000. Expensive? Maybe. Worth it? Absolutely, because there's simply nothing else like it. You're buying more than a car. You're buying a piece of history, the last of the true American muscle icons before everything turns silent. To sum it up, the 2026 Dodge Charger Hellcat HEMI isn't just a car. It's a declaration that performance still matters, sound still matters, and emotion still matters. It's raw, it's unapologetic, and it's everything a car enthusiast could ever dream of. So when the world is whispering electric, Dodge just screamed back with supercharged fury. The 2026 Hellcat HEMI is proof that legends never die. They just get louder. If you felt the adrenaline just from watching, imagine what it's like to drive it. This is Auto Rush Pro, and if you love the sound of horsepower and the smell of burnt rubber, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more automotive insanity. Because next time, we're taking you even deeper into the world of performance machines that refuse to play by the rules. This was the 2026 Dodge Charger Hellcat HEMI, the last true American monster.